I know these are fighting words, but it is what it is, family. Let's deep dive into the toxic behaviors of anxious, preoccupied attachers from the perspective of somebody with a dismissive, avoidant attachment style. Before I get into these 12 different things, welcome and welcome back to my channel, family. This is Dismissible Me, where I only speak about dismissive, avoidant attachment from the perspective of somebody with a dismissive, avoidant attachment style. I repeat, this is a safe space for dismissive avoidance. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and join the journey, and drop your attachment style down below, as well as any questions you would like to see me address in a future video. Numero uno on the list is the need for constant reassurance. Where's your self-esteem? In the toilet? Why do I constantly have to reassure another adult person, constantly, when I've told you one time, or I'm showing you consistently where it is that I'm coming from? And I'm speaking from my perspective. I can't speak about the dismissive avoidant in someone else's life, but I'm a direct communicator, and I'm very upfront. The constant reassurance is draining. It's draining, it's exhausting, and it shows up as somebody who's wildly insecure about themselves and whatever it is that they bring to the table, if they're even bringing anything to the table. It's a major red flag to me that this person is very clingy. They're going to need me, where I don't want somebody to need me, I want them to want me. And those are very different things. People don't pay their bills that they need to pay for things that they want to have. That is the difference. And then with the need for constant reassurance, that kind of rolls me into point number 2, which is being jealous and possessive. Yikes. Especially when I pick up on jealousy and possessiveness very early on in the dating stages, major red flag. Again, the need for reassurance, this person needs me, the fact that they want to possess me. We're going down the road of control. Somebody wanting to control me, monitor my moves. I'm big on autonomy. I want to be in control of myself. I don't want to be in control of you. I don't want to be in control of anybody that I'm in a relationship with, or even my friends for that matter, because this doesn't just apply. For me, my attachment style doesn't just apply to romantic partners. It applies to my friendships as well. If you become jealous or possessive around me, I start to think that you might be emotionally and mentally a little unstable, that there's bigger things going on, and I don't necessarily need to include myself in this situation. Because what I found out with possessive people, especially through a friendship that I had with an anxious, preoccupied, or a very codependent person, is that jealousy turns into hatred, and then you have a real problem because you don't know what this person is doing behind your back, or even what they're going to do to you, because they're unstable emotionally. Yikes. The overanalyzing and reading too far into minor things is another one. So now we're on to number 3. I'm somebody who says it exactly how it is, and there's nothing behind what it is that I'm saying. I'm very direct. It is exactly what it is. It's not this, oh, I was thinking this. Well, you made me feel like, first of all, I didn't make you feel anyway. That's ridiculous. You're in control of your emotions, or maybe you're not, but I'm certainly not. The reading too far into things and then trying to either figure out what it is that you've concocted in your mind, or they've concocted in their mind, is far too much for me. The lack of emotional control from anxious, preoccupied / codependent people is the biggest turnoff. Even in comment sections, which I show on my community tab, again, like and subscribe, if you say that you have a dismissive avoidant attachment style, random AP people, codependent, they will attack me in the comment sections as if I'm their past lover that they got blocked from and have never heard from again. So here I am in their crosshairs, and they're going to give it to me because they might not get another chance to talk to another dismissive avoidant person. It's really crazy. They have no idea how insane they come off. Again, needy, clingy, low self-esteem. It's all of that. It's just like, ew. Nobody wants to spend their time around anybody with low self-esteem. Nobody wants to spend their time around anybody who needs so much reassurance and consistent, external validation, which is also on this list, which I'll get down to. Dating and being friends with people like this becomes a full-time job, because their full-time job is to never be in control of their own emotions. It's always up to other people. I also steer clear of people that constantly have to be in the presence of others, because I understand they can't be alone. Red flag. Yikes. Emotional dependence. Why are you depending on me to regulate your emotions? You made me feel. I didn't make you. I'm going to repeat it again. I never made you feel anything. That was your choice to feel this way. Just because you feel some way doesn't make it a fact, doesn't make it real. It may be real to you in that moment, but there also has to be that time where you sit yourself down and start to ask some questions like, dang, is that really real, or is that my own personal insecurities? Is that really happening, or am I just, have this fear of X, Y, and Z, and that's why I'm acting this way, or that's why I'm thinking that? Have I overanalyzed this situation, or did I take it at face value? Look at the habits of the person that you're dealing with. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Them placing their fear of abandonment and rejection on me, not going to work. No. And I see that a lot when I say, when I make comments on social media, you have a fear of abandonment. No, I don't. You have a fear of rejection. No, I don't. Their ability to project their personal problems and shortcomings onto other people is wild. It's next level. I personally do not have a fear of abandonment. I do not have a fear of rejection. I'm in sales. That's what I do for a living. That's not my problem. My fear is enmeshment. My fear is I will be with somebody who is clingy and crazed and won't, number one, let me go or go away. I've been in too many situations where people would hold me hostage in bad situations so that they would look good, so that they wouldn't get the label X, Y, and Z. No. I'm going to leave a situation the minute I see that somebody is codependent, that they need me, I'm out. Okay? Can't do it. No way, not at all. They put that on you. That's where the need for constant reassurance comes in. That's where the external validation comes from. It's just really, it's too much. The being possessive is so they possess you, so they have control over you. They dug their claws into you and you can't go anywhere. I don't want to feel like I'm at the end of an MMA match with you. No. I've only entertained one AP person romantically, but I've had a couple of AP and codependent friends, and those friendships never lasted long, and that was their own doing. I've even had an AP friend that was wild enough to think that I was going to be jealous over the fact that she got other friends. Why would I be jealous that you have somebody else that's going to take you off my hands, honey? You're not my responsibility. We're not dating. Sometimes AP people treat their friends like they're dating. And it's like they lack boundaries, which is, on here. The inability to set boundaries and respect boundaries. They don't. If you ask for space, one of the questions that I get often is, well, when you're asking for space, would it be okay for me to reach out if I'm sick? What about asking for space, saying that I need a break from you, makes you feel like you can come up with a fake illness and then text me to break that? Because it's not about you actually being sick, because I'm surely not a doctor. I feel like most of the people that are going to watch this video, while there may be some doctors, shout out to y'all, most people are not doctors. So if you catch COVID, you need to call 911. You need to call your primary care physician, a nurse, CNA, somebody, but don't call me. That has nothing to do with anything. Well, and then I asked this particular person, because this is in my comment section here on one of the videos. Again, check the playlist, like and subscribe, where they go, it's not about you knowing what's going on with me. It's about you showing that you care. Again, the need to know if you can reach out when somebody set a boundary is not about respecting the other person's boundary. It's about them receiving the validation that they need. They're not sick. Take sending you fake pictures of them in a hospital, fake wristband, everything, just to get you to respond. They're sick. I've already spoken about the self-doubt and the low self-esteem, which ties into the overanalyzing and the emotional independence and the being jealous and the possessive. And we already got that. The fact that they cannot stand on their own 2 feet, or the minute you start to engage with this person, they act like they had no life outside of you prior to them meeting you, is terrifying. Because number one, I automatically understand that you take it this far and this fast, or as fast and as far as somebody will let you take it, immediately. What these people do not understand is, for the real narcissists out there, the ones that they're ignoring because they're fake, giving them a lot of fake validation so they can use and abuse them. They don't understand that by these wild emotional outbursts, they're easy targets for these people that need fuel from people acting a fool. They don't get that. People that have an attachment style such as myself, we don't want your big reactions. We want you to control your emotions, fam, so that we can get on the same page. And yes, there's a balance. And yes, we also have to be, as, DAs, a little, emotionally vulnerable and meet you halfway. But the crying, the stalking, the feeling like, when I hear people say my person isn't sharing their location, I'm wondering why somebody has to share their location with you at all. What is that about? Why would I have to share my location with somebody when I'm grown and I told you what I'm doing? Or maybe I didn't tell you what I'm doing because I'm grown. Whoa. The manipulative behavior, trying to manipulate me to say something or do something, is not going to work. As somebody with a dismissive avoidant attachment style, I feel like that's one of the pros, where my codependent friends and AP acquaintances always fall for the okie doke. They're constantly getting played, and then they play the victim. It's like, you played yourself. You understood that person was telling you everything you wanted to hear to get what they got from you, and now you're sad and mad because they got what they wanted and then they left you. What I notice with people with AP tendencies is, you'll be on a first date and they're planning a wedding. Why did you do that? What are you doing? Yeah, we're on date number 3, and girl, we were talking about having kids. And I'm like, you're scaring this person away. You don't even realize it. They're trying to be nice to you, or they're trying to rope you in to play you. And they fall for it every time. And because they lack, the emotional control and the boundaries to cut people off, they constantly have these a million bajillion exes that they're still talking to and holding on to. Any cheater that I was ever acquainted with, because once I find out that you're a cheater, I cut ties with you. They were all codependent in AP. They all kept a hold of their exes. They never blocked anybody. That's immature. No, it's not. No, it's not. What's immature is holding on to people that told you 10 times they didn't want to be with you. But they need validation from somewhere, and they can't not have it. The fact that people don't understand AP behavior to be closer to narcissism as opposed to dismissive avoidant attachment is wild to me. Because codependent people and narcissists are one and the same. They're the same person. Just, are you playing vulnerable and weak, or are you overt and loud with it? I like a loud, overt narcissist my dang self, because I can see you coming. The covert weak ones, you just come off as weak to me, and that's unattractive. But that's probably because I date men. I don't know how it is if you date women. The emotional volatility and the rapid mood shifts. Nobody wants to deal with somebody in their BPD tendencies. One day you're fine, 1 minute you're fine, and then I say something and you disagree, or that doesn't work for you, and then you're flying off the handle. No thanks, we're done. Thanks for playing. I just went over that. And the insecurity driven control, and I touched on this earlier. They turned off their location. They wouldn't tell me what they were doing. Yeah, they want to be free. Have you ever heard of the Emancipation Proclamation? There's no slaves anymore, people. We can do what we want. We have freedom. We earned it. It's nonsense. It's very toxic. And again, somebody that's like me or has an attachment style similar to mine, watching my battery because it's on 3%. It's a turnoff. When I hear about people in the dismissive avoidant and the AP loop, I really don't understand it, because once you show me 2 of these signs, because usually there's 2 in a short period of time, I'm out. I'm not giving you a third strike. It's over with. But these are behaviors that are personal that somebody else has to control that they put on the other person. Family, let me know if this resonates with you. For my other dismissive avoidants out there that watch me, drop your attachment style, hit the like button, check the playlist, and family, I'll be tapping with you very soon. Keep it real.